Angela, Erika, Rachelle, and Taryn are all first cousins. Although they grew up together, they rarely see each other now. Since married life, kids, and orange is the new black, they rarely see each other. And to each the decision to keep to themselves is really an outcry for help, until Taryn discovers her 16-year-old daughter is experiencing the dilemma that she herself has kept hidden away from her friends and family. Soon she realizes she needs to first help her daughter, then herself before it is too late. The cousins reunite, sharing each of their painful secrets, and rally together to put an end to the long cycle of domestic violence. LaTanya Michelle Richards. Friday, April 22, 1983. Sunday, July 22, 2018. Dedication. For you, Taunton. Although the void will never be filled, whereas the first cousins, there were 11 of us girls. The majority of the grandchildren of Henry and Emma Mack were boys. The girls, myself, Barbara, Michelle, Reese, Janice, Shamika, Tanya, Marcy, Kimberly, and Jasmine, and Omika. But one of our own has been taken from our lives. I have always loved books and always dreamed of someday penning my own. God gave me that gift in 2016. I always like to begin the chapters before having the cover designed, so no one can judge the book by its cover. So unfortunate, I never followed that rule. I am the eldest granddaughter in the Mack family. Taunton was third to the last born to the first generation of cousins. As I stated many times, I remember the day she came into the world. Friday, April 22, 1983. I had heard Al Jarreau's latest song on the radio, Morning, and that following Sunday, the church choir opened with Everybody Ought to Praise His Name. I am saying these things to say this. Taunton was one of the most beautiful babies I have ever seen. She grew up into a pretty girl, who whenever I was with her and her aunts, Taunton's mom's family have been in my life way before I began elementary school. And growing up together way before my uncle and aunt welcomed Tanya into the world, so I remember each aspect of her life. I guess I felt that since she was always smiling, all was well. I just wish I could just have those days back. I wish we could have her back, but in her memory, I am working on a new book. Although it does not mention her as a character, it is to honor her memory, and it will be available free to download. Free. Maybe, just maybe, it will touch many and it will give hope to those going through the same thing Taunton and so many others are facing. Our todays and tomorrows sadly will begin with the void of those big brown eyes, radiant smile, and those dimples that put even the deepest ocean to shame. But trust, as long as we live, so does Taunton. Just like my other books, this one is a title from a Sam Cooke song, and just like I carry Sam into my every tomorrow that he was tragically forbidden, I am also taking Taunton into my every tomorrow also, and hoping that such tragedy will cease, stop taking our beautiful loved ones from those who they love and who love them. And to anyone who feel there is no hope, I am here to tell you that if anyone should need to talk, my number is on my profile page. Taunton is at peace with her loved ones in heaven. I just wish I had known the hell she was going through upon this earth. But I didn't. However, if anyone is going through something, anything, no one can tell your needs until you express them. So to my sisters, cousins, nieces, I am here. I may not have all the answers, but I can uplift you through the pain, night, day, minute, or hour. Consequences be damned. I am here for you. Mean old world. Angela, Erika, Rachelle, and Taryn are all first cousins. Although they grew up together, they rarely see each other now. Since married life, kids, and orange is the new black, they rarely see each other. And to each the decision to keep to themselves is really an outcry for help, until Taryn discovers her 16-year-old daughter is experiencing the dilemma that she herself has kept hidden away from her friends and family. Soon she realizes she needs to first help her daughter, then herself before it is too late. The cousins reunite, sharing each of their painful secrets, and rally together to put an end to the long cycle of domestic violence. Shantarika. I am so pissed. This is the third time Trevin has broken a date just to appease his boss. Yeah, I said it. Trevin works 8 hours, attends night school, so our time together is limited enough as it is. Ever since his dad was killed last year, he is pretty much the man of the house. His mom still has a job with Greer Health Department, but Trevin is the oldest son. He has an older sister, Shora, who has been engaged forever. I mean, really, her fiancé. Reggie is always in and out of some state penitentiary. They have a set of twins, Ryland and Dylan, and since Shora is allergic to work, Miss Sarah and Trevin support whatever her welfare check didn't cover. Then there are his younger siblings, Tarisha, a young Nicki Minaj in the making, and maybe at motherhood as we speak. Romano is a cute little guy, but he is a liquor store bandit. He is forever being dragged home by Greer City Police for stealing from Culbertson's ABC store. Last but not least, we have Shakin, on his keep hope alive bullshit. What hope? He is the most truant 13-year-old you should ever meet, and he is facially challenged in a big way. I mean, he looked like a cross between an English bulldog mixed with Shih Tzu and called bullshit. Sean, my best friend Marquita said, breaking my train of thought. Yeah, I heard you, but I am done with Trevin. He is gonna be tied down with work and his family. He even told me he was not even gonna attend community college, and besides, my attention is elsewhere. I hissed. Marquita and I were walking through the new Sunny Glen division. And I hope you are not even thinking about hooking up with Keno Ballinger. Girl, that is not even the right dude. Girl, please, his daddy is rich, and his ma is good-looking, so my baby is hushed and doesn't even know how to cry. Broke. Tajal was straight up losing when her family decided to up and move, leaving Keno single. Yeah, well, I don't think she was too broken up about the move, and from what I hear, Keno is the farthest thing from her mind, and from what I see, you are the only girl at Greer High who thinks he is all that. Well, so far to me he is all that. You are too judgmental. Keno is way cool, and I think I am gonna go ahead and go for it. Besides, after he encouraged me to break up with Trevin. Hold up. Marquita interrupted me. He told you to break up with Trevin, and you're stuck on stupid ass did it. Did what? My cousin/bestie Soniel asked. Ya dumbass cousin broke up with Trevin because she gonna be Keno's lead side chick. Get this. He told her to dump Trevin, and she did it. Soniel gave me that look that says, I swear you are dumb as hell. I got this, y'all. Besides, he and his family have only been in Greer for 2 years, and Tajal trifling ass got her hooks into before anyone else could, and then damn near killed him when she had that car crash that broke his shoulder and right leg. No driving ass. Soniel spoke up. You know what? My dad works night shift Greer Memorial as an EMS attendant. And eyewitness say Keno was beating Tajal up. Car in next lane said they were stopped at the traffic light. Keno punched Tajal in the face and pressed his foot on the gas by reaching his foot over Tajal's and ran straight into oncoming traffic. I shook my head in disbelief. I wonder why you even listened to Uncle Danny. Ever since he beat the hell out of my stepdad for hitting my mama, y'all act like he can walk on water. Besides, she took Roman back, and to this day, the ass whipping keeps a-coming. Uncle Danny is my mom's brother. He and my Aunt Euchara are Soniel's parents. Unlike me, neither Marquita nor Soniel knew the perils of domestic violence. Sadly, my mom felt the need to trade and go from a whoremonger to a crackhead, but could sober up long enough to beat her up, and once when I helped, nah, scratch that, when I fought him for her, and the adrenaline made me fight him like a man. He was swinging by. My short height was to my advantage, as it was one of my fave rooms and our home has a fireplace. My mom and I had been bonding when he came home, so as he kept swinging, I backed up far enough to duck past him and grab the poker iron from the dwindling but red-hot embers. His height came down, along with the piss, tears, and bowel movement and tears. He hit the ground crying for his mama as I commenced to beating him across the back, as my mom called the police. Yeah. As soon as they got there, one officer called an EMS, as Roman's still laying curled up and crying. Mama was also battered, but what she said next chilled my trust in her. Officer, she did it, my daughter. I was 14 years old, handcuffed and arrested for assaulting a 190 pounds 5 feet 9 inches woman, and her ugly ass man looking like the ghost of Big Pun. Thank God for Uncle Danny and Aunt Euchara, who not only got the charges dropped, they picked me up from jail. We drove to pick up Soniel, and we went to their house. Blessing, and they never took me back to Taryn, but also sad, she never came to take me back. Hey, Emma, meet you two later. I have 2 missed calls from Kino and 6 messages, so he is trying to spend quality time with his new wifey. Soniel and Marquita both shook their heads. Heard Soniel mumble, "Yeah, like Ike and Tina kind of passion." Taryn. Roman was in the kitchen when I was leaving for work. I was low-key pissed. Last night, he got a phone call from his half-sister, Ronalda. First off, I never knew he other siblings besides his 2 older brothers, Christo and Cedric, and a younger sister, Simea, who lived with her grandmother in Spartanburg. So, who is this half-sister who comes into my home uninvited, turning me into a whole bitch? There is no such thing as a half-sister or brother. If you share at least one parent, you are brother and sister, point blank. Now at first I am thinking, maybe this chick is his side piece, but is he stupid enough to try and play me by bringing this chick into my home? The home my ex-husband paid off in my name, and still pays the bills here. Would he? Nah. Because when he left to pick them up from the bus station, she had not only 4 kids, but a husband clinging to her red catsuit looking like Beyonce. Hell knows. Gold cap teeth that spelled Nalda across her teeth. Not a damn tooth in formation. Her dentist deserved props, though he made each cap match what the toothbrush obviously missed. Her husband, whom Roman simply introduced me to as Daffy, lived and looked the part. He looked like he was auditioning to be an R&B group troupe. They were the band back in the day: Steve, Rodney, Reggie, Alan, and that cutie John. Daffy looked more like the old kid that was never in New Kids on the Block. Her 4 kids ranged from age 2 to 2 damn grown, 11-year-old Natalie stood at the doorway last night, glaring at me and talking to someone on her mobile phone as if it were a burden to have to stay in this ratchet-ass town, full of nothing but broke high school boys. The next to the oldest girl, 9-year-old Daisha, was more like me as a child, always rather being seen than heard, and the same time, paid better attention to her 2-year twin brothers, Isai and Idris, who at 2 years old were beginning to repeat everything they heard, but only communicated with Daisha and among themselves. Weird. But hell, they were not my kids. I only had one child, Shantarika, and I can't deal with her grown ass, at least until her brain grows as mature as her language and body. She managed to forgive me for lying to the police and having her falsely arrested. But I had 2 reasons: to get her harm's way, to stay with Danny's family until I got things safe. But truth be told, she is better off with my family. She and my niece Marquita are very close. However, Danny's wife Kara seems to think Sean is her child. I know she is the reason Sean never wanted to come back home. But if she doesn't, my bills don't get paid. And Roman would leave me. But Sean and I made an agreement. Since her dad is in the armed forces, he is stationed in Chicago until 2020. So until then, Sean acts as if she is still living with me. I give her $300 each month to do this. But since Roman found out, he won't allow me to do that. Since his hillbilly cousins have invaded our space, they sat up until 4 a.m. playing video games. Ronalda, Daffy were blunted as hell. Roman wasn't gonna be left out, but on the sofa sat Daisha, obviously sleepy, yet can't go to bed until she got the twins to sleep. I didn't say a word. As I was about to return to bed after meeting the freeloaders, I heard Natalie looking into the fridge on her phone. "Girl, I got the munchies." I know, right? If that wasn't my half-uncle, I would be. Suddenly she saw me, rolled her neck and smirked. "Girl, I gotta go." Side piece clocking me a little to close. "Roman, what the hell you doing with Natalie? You shouldn't be." I burst into the den. You better go on somewhere with that bull. That is a damn kid. And my blood. Hell, if I wanted jailbait, I would been with your daughter. At that ago, they don't resist as much. You're lucky she is not here. Yo ass would be the side chick. But she ain't old enough to cash them monthly checks. Ronalda and Daffy snickered. He jumped up and clenched his fist, but thought better of it. "Take yo ass to bed. You have to work tomorrow." I looked at him. He had that look in his eye. I looked at our house guest. I was tired. I turned and did as Roman said. I went to bed. Now I am wearing shoulder extensions to hide the man jewelry Roman put around my neck, courtesy of his fingerprints. "Angela." "Hello." I croaked as the time on the phone reflected 3:55 a.m. "Hey, and look, sweetheart, I got held up in traffic coming out of Tryon." My boyfriend, Kyle, lied. "Well, I was ready and waiting for you at 8 p.m. You never called to say you were going to be late or not coming at all. I am used to it. And don't start. I am working to secure a future. Someday when I find the right lady, I will be able to give her the best of everything. Screech. Did he just say someday he will meet the right woman? He explained lie after lie, but truth be told it didn't matter any longer. As a matter of fact, I had to keep Kyle away from my house, as I had my new bae, droid Harris. We met on Facebook when I got into it with one of his 3 baby mamas, Diandra, the mother of his eldest child, Ronrico, and youngest, Devaden, was cool, while cheating droid got Salida Smith pregnant. Mom of his twins was cool. But ever since he was with Salida and their daughter, the only daughter he tipped back and got Diandra pregnant with Devaden, but nobody, including myself, could stand Mora, baby mama and public enemy #3. This chick was so vain. She thinks every song is about her, and she is straight disrespectful, always claiming fool. He gonna flip on you and beat you down like he did all his baby mama. Oh no, my dearest Choti. See, I am smart and have the honesty to tell you, I am not now, nor I ever been anyone's baby mama. I have no old keepin' nigga baby, I have no kids, yet. Trust. I played by cards right and to the deck ho. Why all dumb chicks are his baby mamas, not even a damn thing more. But me, I have no kids, so I am able to jet set with him whenever he travels, child-free. You know what, Ange? I said the same dumb thing to the previous baby mama, realizing too late how stupid I once was. But trust, the minute you get pregnant, you gonna be right where I am now. Stupid thought. Never that, never that. So don't worry about what goes on in my relationship. I smirked to myself. What was your relationship last night? No place, because your man was here until 11:45, called out of work, spent the whole day with me and our daughter, Deshila. I was pissed. Stop texting me asking where my man is, or better yet, give his custody. You already have 7 kids and working at a dead-end job. You can spare 1 life out of the 6 you are gonna ruin. I spat. See, she was lying. Droid was here with me, but I let her little lie stand. I remember when Droid walked into the door. He had been drinking. Nah, got no excuse other than doing what I want to do, and we are kicking it. Kicking it? All you think we do? Kick it? Yeah, and you have any thoughts on it? Be glad we just kicking it, because if you had been a hoe on the stroll, I would be beating ya ass for the police coming on my job for harassing Mora, threatening to take her kid. I threatened to take our child and we raised the child. I mumbled. Nah, that's not your place, and how the hell do you think I want custody of any of my kids? The way you get mad about child support, you should want them cheaper. He ran up on me. Bitch, stay in your lane. You see a bitch, you knock her down. And he did. Proof. Broken jaw. Rachelle. Hello. I answered into the phone. Let me speak to Tino. The disrespectful caller said. Who is this, and how did you get this number? How you think? Tino gave it to me. Now put him on the phone. I slammed the phone down. I looked on the caller ID. It was obviously a blocked call. Tino was still asleep, and after a long day's work, his attitude, temper, and alcohol, trust and believe awake is not what I wanted him to be, so I just stared at him. Why? Why? Did I ever move in with this dog of a guy? I have been with him for over a year. At first he was like Prince Charming, always saying and doing the right thing, but that lasted until a week after we moved in together. Then the real Rudolph Valentino Douglas popped up out of nowhere. First thing he did was talk me into opening a joint bank account. Mine was $15,000. His was $200. The $200 I gave him to open the joint account. Second week. He got fired from his job. He called me from the ER at Greer Memorial Hospital after an accident on the job. He was a fireman. He was on dispatch duty, alone. He didn't think the thick marijuana smell would linger. And he didn't think being drunk and high on duty and falling asleep and the blunt drops into waste paper basket, starting the paper to flame. By the grace of God, he was found, unconscious from the weed and liquor, sleeping even through a badly burned arm. For that he lost his job, and now I am about to lose my damn mind. He had traveled to Charleston last week and was tired. Knock knock, boom boom boom. I rose up just in time to hear whomever the caller was earlier. He told me. Go back to bed. This my drunk ass Aunt Valdosta needing a ride home from revival meeting. I believed him. Hell, everybody on this side of creation tried to warn me. Soon the person on the other side of the door began yelling, "Tino, you bastard, liar." I didn't go into the room like Tino had told me to. I just dashed past him and opened the door. "Where the hell is that bastard?" She huffed. "What do you need?" "I need to talk to, not you." My gaze fell upon her protruding belly. Now I am confused. "Tino, you said you were gonna put this bitch out. Why is she still here?" Suddenly I pounced, catching her straight to the throat. Only then did Tino act out. He took off the belt that was on the living room floor, and suddenly I felt my skin burn. Tino yanked me and whipped me with the belt. "Back up, Shell. For real? Putting your hands on a pregnant woman? Now take your ass in the bedroom and go to sleep." I ran fast, but not fast enough to not hear him open the linen closet and the door slam. He came back 2 hours later. I cried myself to sleep, as the scent of vodka permeating from his body. I asked no questions. Said since my fight. And I didn't know what to think. "I know you not sleep. Put your hands on the mother-to-be of my child again, and you won't like me. You not my wife, so it was not your business to know what I do. We only live together, and you will respect Brandy, as long as she has my seed. She is one up on you." I just lay there scared to take a breath, until the phone rang again. He spoke. "Hello, who dis?" Damn, I was sleeping. "I will be right to the hospital." "Greer or village?" "Oh yeah, the baby? Is Brandy okay, considering?" "Well, alright." He proceeded to take a shower. After coming to bed, he shook me, I pretending to have been sleeping. He said, "Brandy got jumped and lost the baby. Guess you not too broken up about that, huh?" He reached for the whiskey he had been poppin' Lortab, and I hate it when this happens because he becomes even more annoying the intoxicated. "Bitch, where your sympathy for me? I told you my child died. Where is your sympathy for me?" I was now livid. I was a fool. I wanted to say sympathy is gonna be somewhere between sugar and shit. I wanted to say it, but better yet had be not jumped into the conversation, because I don't do that when he has friends over. Plus, I just have welts on my body, but that devil tormented me and my emotions. "Tino, I really am sorry. Brandy should not have to deal with such a loss. Slap. Asterisk. Don't feel sorry for her because she wouldn't stop talking and putting trash on yo name. I beat this trick's ass once we got to her crib, trying to blow up my spot. Grieve for me, not her." As soon as the pain of the sleep subsided, he kept ranting. Violated by coming to where I lay my head. "Shoot, I am your man. As long as you support me, I will always come back." "Why?" Suddenly once again. Knock knock. 2 police officer looked past me at Tino. "Rudolph Valentino Douglas, you are under arrest for abuse of one, Brandy Anderson, and the death of her unborn baby." He was here all night. I lied to help. "Ma'am, he being arrested, so the fake alibi and black eyes gives me a damn statement. Now either help you out of that situation or you will go to jail for falsify the truth." I had no choice but to let it go, and it doesn't seem to care to dwell upon it. Tino's eyes burned into me. I knew that if looks could kill, I would have died on the spot. But that would be too easy for Tino, and if he got a bond, that the next bond would be the one between his fist and my body. Erika. My husband, Brant, was snoring his ass off, but I knew better than to wake him, because although he is asleep, he is with me. The minute he wakes, shit, shave and shower is his routine, but once that is done, he will be leaving for home. And his home is no longer with me. He left me 6 months ago to be with a younger model. Ashante is 25, 10 years younger than I am. Brant sat me down last year and confessed that he was leaving our home and son, Jaren, who is from a relationship prior to me. Jaren is 16 years old and has been my son since age 2. So much in fact Brant and I got custody of him when his mother left him at Greer Memorial Hospital after he got into his mom's new boyfriend's marijuana stash van, fearing losing her man. She dumped her baby off at the hospital after he had ingested the marijuana. Her reasoning had nothing to do with Jaren. All she could do is realize she was going to have to come up with the money to replace the marijuana. She vacuumed what she could and picked through the vacuum bag. She could only salvage a bit. I want to say she was stupid. But that stupidity turned into my blessing. Jaren is the apple of my eye. Sadly, so is his dad, but whereas my son has an unconditional love for me, Brant seems not to care if he breaks my heart or my ribs. He began to act differently towards me 2 years ago, just picking fights out of nowhere to go be with that young girl, the same girl he hired to clean his office. She was always texting him or calling my house, and I couldn't say a damn thing about it. Literally, he choked me into submission for telling her what he should have told her, to respect me as his wife. All I ever did is try to love Brant. And maybe therein lay the problems. See, at first I felt I was doing something when I took Brant from Van. I taunted her. I would make it my business to be anywhere she and Brant were, always trying to one-up her and knowingly smirk in her face. And when she was pregnant with her second child, I showed up at the doc appointments just to confirm that Brant told me. It was over between them, so why was I not welcome to the festivities? It was a high-risk pregnancy, and sadly she suffered a miscarriage due stress. Brant was no longer with her anyway, so in my mind, he had no reason to be in contact with her, except for where Jaren was concerned. But after she abandoned him, she didn't fight for custody. By that time, she was a broken woman, and I laughed at her misfortune. Now I am in her spot, but as Brant's wife, he can't just leave me without paying the cost to be the boss. And I mean that, because I have taken too many backhanded slaps, bruised ribs, and partially deaf in my right ear. When the wife gets demoted side chick to her husband's side chick, just got complicated. But until this little fling with his flussy is over, I have no choice but to outweigh the storm, and the more he is away, the less pain physical and mental is. But I am tired. Lord, I am tired. I guess Van is somewhere high on crack laughing at the thought of me thinking I won something when I took both her man and her child. Never once did it occur to me that I would soon after take all of an ass whipping. Grandma styles. My 6 sons and 2 daughters were raised to be close, as were their children, and they were until tragedy would step in and take one of our own. It seems funny that the only granddaughters of my husband Wilbert and I have all seemed to hide the same thing, yet not knowing how to reach out to each other through their own pain. Damn shame that families are so estranged now that these young ladies are ashamed and afraid to reach out to each other, or anyone who will listen. See, my husband Wilbert is so fool. He knew better than to put his hands on me, and the fact he was raised right is evident because he never raised his hand to me, as no man or woman should resort to violence. Keep it moving. Grandma Styles was young once herself, and trust love me or leave me, but hands to ya damn self. I still look down from the clouds, but today I saw a familiar face, and I was lost between tears of joy and of pain. I see one of my granddaughters enter the pearly gates. I approached her. She walked into my embrace, and with her father, she is in good hands. Maybe, just maybe, this loss to my granddaughters will encourage and motivate them to find the strength to love yourself before that person loves you to death. Shantarika. I was busy doing my hair when my mom told me I had a phone call. Not wanting to mess up my perfect coif. Who is calling, Mom? I asked. Some boy named Kino. Get this phone, and get him off my damn phone line. Better not be calling my phone acting ignorant. She ranted, just mad because her no-good-ass man didn't come home last night, when she should enjoy being on break from him, and from letting him walk a dog on her, meaning beat her up. I answered my call, long enough to have him call my mobile phone. Taryn was still ranting as I dialed the number from the landline ID. Yo, why Taryn tripping? Kino asked me. I was taken aback. Taryn acted if she knew nothing about Kino. You know Taryn? How do you know my mom? Yeah, Roman is my uncle, but on the real Taryn be straight buggin'. So what's up with you today? Curling my hair, getting my sexy on. I said, expecting to hear a chuckle. It never came. Who you getting sexy for? Because I am at home for the night. Maybe you should too. He said flatly. I loved his attention. Oh, don't worry, I will be home in time for phone sex. You should be home, period. And phone sex is all I get anyway. He spat. You know green ain't your color, baby. Plus, just going out to hang with Marquita and Soniel. I just spent the weekend with Taryn, so they came with me. Were you 3 hookers at the point going anyway? He fake laughed. Mazara Swindle is having an off-to-college party for her youngest brother Revis. Me Sarah graduated with my Aunt Shannon. Well, what you wearing? Stand up, let me see. I stood up and posed for him. My jeans and blouse accentuated my curves. Well, I may swing by, unless it detours your high-hoppin', with other two hip-hop hoes. He slammed his mobile phone closed so hard, it made mine restart. Soniel and Marquita both looked at me. Hell no, don't even try to renege on us, you taking your butt out with us, not sitting home just to appease your house arrest boyfriend. How the hell you break into a pawn shop and rap into the damn surveillance camera? Yeah, he is about to be stupid. Plus Aunt Taryn told you to stay away from the hoodlum. Who gonna tell? Plus he is Roman's cousin, and Taryn didn't say mess about that. She said plenty about it to my dad. That punk is gaming you on some get back for Roman. Marquita just stood straight and talked bullshit. Two fools, one bloodline. Him I smell manipulation. Plus that fool puts on hands on chicks, like Roman does Taryn. Whatever, Kino is way cool, and I know Monet and plenty thoughts want him. Maybe even you too, but nah, they want him. And I got him. 'Cause, please you welcome to that Rover Dangerfield no respect having or given Negro. Now bring ya ass, because we are on curfew. Marquita said as we three slapped a high five. They were right. Going out with Kino was not what I expected it to be. He was always handsome, yet still had what I took to be mystery was really insecurity. To me it was a turn off. I still liked him very much, but if we broke up tomorrow, I would not cry the next day, because I noticed a side of him that I recognized in the ghosts of all of Tamranass W. Hippings gone past. We all got to the party, full swing. Of course the three of us just mingled. My ex Trevin would have never come out to a party with me back in the day. I missed so much fun being tied down to a guy with his whole family next meal depended on him, at age 17. A guy from my history class, Remy, came over to where my girls and I stood. Well damn, it's gonna snow fire. How did y'all get Trevin's chick out tonight? Soniel and Marquita started laughing. Remy was fine as hell, but he fell into the category of almost family. Trevin and I broke up. He had no time for me working to help his mom. That was his fate, not mine, and I know what you're thinking. I should be ride or die. Damn that I am gonna to ride until I see you're about to die. Then I am jumping from the seat. Damn. You cold Shanterica. So who you with now? You go back to Alan? Suddenly out of nowhere comes Kino. Who the hell is this fool doing in your face? Calm down, fool. Me and Shanterica go way back. She is my friend. Nothing more now. What you want? Both Soniel and Marquita stepped in front of me, yelling and cursing. I knew I had to deal with this fool. Why not start now? Kino, what is wrong with you? I told you where I was going and who I was going with. Shut up, Sean. This bastard is not your daddy, and when I tell my daddy how this punk is stalking you, his ass is kicked. Before she finished talking, Remy clobbered Kino with a mighty fist. That call to your daddy may take too long. Before stomping Kino in his ribs, by now Kino was out cold. Remy called his brother and friend, and they promptly showed up. He ain't dead, so just donate his ass anonymously to the ER. Soniel and Marquita praised Remy for standing up for me. All I could think of was while they stand for me. When Kino realizes what happened, they're standing for me, is gonna get me knocked down. No use in crying. So tonight I am gonna, you know what Prince would say. Taryn. Sean is out of her damn mind going with Kino. Hell, they both come with the same warning, whoop us in a minute. And for all my distance with my daughter, I refuse to let her hook up with the lesser evil than my own man. I love Roman, and I know he needs help for his anger issues, and you may think I am a fool, but it's not all Roman's fault. It's the chicks before me. They did him so wrong that he takes it out on me. For instance, he has abandonment issues, but that is his mom, Geneva's fault, yet I seem to get the brunt of that treatment too. But it's mostly the hoes before me, his words, not mine. To me, they cheated, and because of that he watches me like a hawk. Taryn, where the hell you been? Roman asked. Roman, please don't start. You know Sean, Marquita, and my niece Soniel are staying the weekend. Danny and Kara had to go out of town. He laughed. See, a brother ain't too dumb. He knew not to leave 3 yamps. You know what a YMP is? I just waited for him to tell me. He laughed. Yamp means young tramp. Hell, going to that party tonight might get a bond kicked out her ass. Dealing with my cuz. He don't play that shit. Well, I think you may be wrong about that one. She has some sense. She is through with Kino because I told him to stay away from my daughter. So what you saying? Sean is too good for my kuzo. I know ya ain't going there about my family with all them punching bag hoes in your family. She need that S beat on general purpose. Breaking up with somebody because mammy don't like it. Shit, that ain't that easy. You hoes don't get rid of us. We move on and come back whenever we like. You are my brand bitch. Keep messing with me. I will have my uncle turn yo mama out so good she would drop kick you pops. She will be straight up calling. Did Roman get in touch with D-Bow? Hold up. My mom, my dad, he went there. Therefore, so did I. First of all, don't talk like that. Because one of you is enough. Oh, don't need my daughter beginning to look into colleges. She is looking for a Penn State type, not the state Penn type. As for my mom, she doesn't even like ya ass. Taryn, go out of my face before you get dealt with. Your mom don't like me, because I don't like her ass either. And you pops can go play in the traffic he directs at Greer High. Oh, lawn jockey, yes sir, massa boss. At least he has a job. He frowned, so do I just get paid under the table. So, what does Maggie pay under the table with? A blowjob. Because I haven't seen one dime of it. Why should you? You have your own job, money, and car. My money is just that, my money. I don't pay child support and never will as long as I don't have a legit job. But yet, and still I pay every bill in this house, without help from you. Cut the crap. You lived here before I met ya. Who helped then? No one, but since you have been here. Bills accumulate, such as Pornhub being watched and charging me $300. Woman, you watched it with me. I only let you watch thinking it would improve your skills. Yours is still AC dash. So go on, Roman. Go out and get a young-ass chick, and let her leave you for the money you don't have. She ain't left yet. Hold up, did this fool called crazy just admit to cheating? Who is she? And trust one better not even catch another chick in my damn bed. Because trust, your ass will no longer be in my bed either. You wanna put your hands on me, calling me a cheater. Well, at least I keep my shit hidden. The moment I said it, the moment the words slipped from my tongue, I knew I had told too much to a dude whose temper was too much. See, Taryn, you talk too damn much. I meant you when I made that statement, but go on. Tell me the rest of your hoe on the low business. Roman, don't start. You know I only said that for the same bullshit reason you did. Nah. The expression was like one who just fucked up. I mean, hell, I just lay my head here from time to time. We ain't a couple, but since you can't stand to pay all these bills by, you should be charging all these hidden fuck buddies to help out with the bills. Because you need to upgrade me. All I know, you better not bring any ratchet chlamydia having chicks in my bed. Your ass. Been freeloading ya damn self. You barely have a place in my bed, ya damn self. Yeah, whatever. He paused to answer his phone. What you say? Emma be right there. Roman, what hap? Before I could ask why he was about to beat my ass, he pounced on me. I felt my lips split, and I blacked at same time. Yo slut daughter got my kuzo jumped. That's her ass. I want the yamp bitch out of this house or I will leave. Roman, what you tripping for? I didn't do shit. Shut up and pack her shit. Don't let that teen hoe in this house. Now, or get worse than you already have. And for the 100th time, I picked a man over my daughter as I began packing my daughter's bags.
Erika. Really, Erika, this fool is out here making babies with random side chicks, and now you are trying to get him out of jail. My cousin Taryn chided me. Do I ever judge you? I simply called to vent, but you want to go in. Erika, you know I am not trying to judge you, hell with my track record, your ass know I can't talk about you and or Rachelle, just in my feelings, Sean us messing with Kino, Roman's busted ass cousin. Girl, you know you need to take your child back into your own home, Danny and you Kara signed for legal guardianship, how you let Roman make you put your own child out? Erika, you are raising your wayward penis having husband's son, while he makes other babies on you and now has a pregnant side chick, and is locked up behind the shit, and what do? Run around to bail him out, so he can come back to you, in love all over again, well keep your money, because your husband got out 2 days ago, and the side chick is no longer pregnant, but the chick he cheated on both of you with. You need to adapt Usher's mentality, you don't have to call. He is not out because he called me yesterday asking me to put money on his books. Yeah, and once you sent it, and he found out he was getting out, he had the money split equally among his 2 cellmates. I am not sure what to think. Brant would never be released from jail without calling me. Taryn, what man you know gets out of jail and does not go home to wife and kids? The same one who goes around telling anyone who listens that he left you, for, Van, Jaren's mom. You know what Taryn, just because you are side chick to a common law marriage, my marriage is real. Yeah, as real as the excuse you gonna use to defend him, trick please. Tricks are for kids Taryn, oh but your unfit mother ass, need to hush, and raise your own child, before she wind up like you, oh, damn, from what I hear, she maybe already is, and from a thug straight up out of the same slapeho tribe your thug is from. At least I have a child, how many times since breaking up Brant's marriage and marrying you only to put his hands on you and to raise a kid that is not even yours, or his from what I hear, maybe not even his, let us know about Tino, he is the father. Maury voice. Damn, why must my mouth run like shit runs through a goose? Taryn laughed, girl, swear on it, swear on Great Aunt Kilgore. She roared with laughter. Hell nah, she might come back and put me out of her house, but yeah sure did hear that, but think of it this way, let him cheat, at least he that's one less ass whipping. Sad but true, she agreed. Angela. Tino, we gotta stop this, Rachelle is my cousin. Android your man, and if he can creep with Rachelle and her dim-witted ass, then, you owe me. Oh, nah. O is a letter in the alphabet, so tell me what you gonna do to me? Keep bumping your gums, and you gonna find out. Well, I am pregnant with my husband's child. I said. Your point is? We gotta stop, I mean, keep your money you owe me today, but I am outta here, wasting my time sleeping with my cousin man is not on the list of things I wanna do. Nah, you trick for me that's what you do, nothing more nothing less plus you hating on Rachelle, and the sad fact is, both of you need to be brought down a peg or two, 'cause neither of you are anything special. To hell with you, and up your mammy's fat but with a flagpole, I am not gonna keep meeting you in different seedy ass hotel rooms, so it's done, can't have sex if there's no place to indulge. I smirked. Vehicular is freaky enough for me, trust on that, and as for my mammies let's just get off mom's, because I just got off yours. The next thing I remembered was, waking up in Greer Memorial Hospital as a victim what looked like a mugging in an alley. My cousin Ange found me as she reached to open the gate where the dumpsters were, but glaring harder was Droid, and thought it was due to the fact he was angry because I was attacked, but I could not dare begin to act as if I was aware of what caused me to be in the hospital, but as soon as the nurses left my room, Droid sat beside the bed glaring, and this was not a good sign. Ah, Ange, I know you are just getting over whatever you did to get a dog walked on you, whose man you been whoring around with. I was livid, I am bruised and battered, ain't no woman whipped my ass, and certainly not over a damn man, I was beaten and robbed. Yeah, but by whom, what dude you been creeping with, because whomever it is, I ain't raising another dude's seed, hell I don't even try to co-parent the ones I already have, so who is the guilty party, because it ain't me. So what you trying to say Droid? Not trying to say a damn thing, I am asking you who the lucky pop to be is, because, it ain't me. Oh, so you low-key saying get an abortion? I can't tell you what to do with the next nigga's baby, not my business, but you will be getting yo shit, and getting the hell out of my crib, baby and all, because if I gotta make the cradle fall, yo ass will not like that, or me. By now I was crying and very upset, so the nurse had come back into my room with a sedative, and asked Droid to please to give her a moment. Sir, she asked, could you step out of the room? He scoffed, Emma, do you one better, I am stepping out, and off, bitch, trying to play me. When I told your ass I was visiting my sister, my ass secretly had a vasectomy, because, your girl Rachelle pulled my coattail to you, a long time ago. Before I could get mad. My ass was feeling lovely, I could not fight the feeling, later for Droid, but Rachelle, that two-faced trick is about to catch a fade, but right now, to hell with them both, I faded into a good place, I was as high as a kangaroo's ass. Erika. Girl, that was Rachelle, Ange's in the hospital, she was badly beaten and dumped from a car over by Ho Court, yelled Taryn. Ho Court is actually the Holiday Inn on the back road to Northgate Manor, rent hotel rooms by the hour, but why sneak? Eventually you are gonna get caught, and something tells me Ange had just that, got caught by a jealous wife. You know Ange is forever creeping with somebody's man and, I do not trust her. Well damn you mad huh, using WHOLE words. Taryn laughed. Hell, that is why I keep her away from Brant. Well, you slept with Brant while he was still with a very pregnant Van, you put that woman to stress and lose her second baby. Yeah, the same year she was gonna lose her man right after that, and I had zero damns to give. And that sums it up. Now how exactly is that different, or better than, hell, any of us? I know Brant has his faults, but he is devoted to Jaren and this marriage, I am now legally Jaren's mom. Nah. Mommy dearest, your ass is but a glorified nanny and to keep you in that fake-ass setting you call a marriage. Now Ange is our cousin and for whatever reason, we are going to check on her. Now go conceal those bags under your fist-riddled face and let's go now. She is right, but right now that Brant and Van were far off my mind, Van could never hold a candle to me. I have often been told that I resemble a young Gladys Knight. Van makes a dude glad it's night, with her old Helen Wolf-looking ass. Jaren looks nothing like either of his parents. Brant is a very handsome guy. Can you say Laz Alonso? Well, neither can the mirror at Laz's reflection. Come on now. I said he is handsome. Not drop dead fine. In fact, these days my husband's outer image has gotten as ugly as his interior self, and if God don't like ugly, Brant will soon find out the hard way. Rachelle. I said come home now, Shell. Ange probably got beat down for flapping her gums and your ass better not try to have her back. Tino yelled through the phone. Tino, look, this is my cousin, I have to be here in case doctors need info. Where the hell her man at, and don't say babysitting. He snarled with sarcasm. I cringed guilt at the question pertaining to Droid. Droid is on some old bull. He zoned out when the doctor announced that Ange was lucky it wasn't worse, stating the baby was doing fine. Droid didn't say or do anything, so I stepped into the hall. There with the door closed, Droid lashed out at her as if she were the side chick. Damn Shell, I wanted to tell you what these streets here talking about, but I heard Droid got another thought on down lock. Heard she ain't got nothing on Ange. Hell, none of them. Tino laughed. All of them? Droid out here getting it in with random chicks like that. Nah, Brant ain't even the type. I said, very mad at Brant, the whoring dog Tino had created. Oh, what is his type? I saw Taryn and Erika race down the hall. Hey y'all, dot over here. They both walked quickly. We all embraced before going to check on Ange. My phone started going off. Now usually Tino acted as if I violated his space, but now he is wanting me to leave the bedside of my cousin, who is laying in the hospital, and also I wanted to catch up with Taryn and Erika. But Taryn told me to step out into the hall with her, which I did. Shell, you messing with Droid? Taryn growled. I looked at her as if she were telling a joke and burst out laughing. I swear sometime you can crack me up. I played it off. Just then I look up, at down the lobby came Tino, breath reeking of some type of liquor, no shirt, no shoes, just socks and a pair of silky blue basketball shorts on. I was shocked. He yelled, get your stuff and bring your ass, or you gonna wish you had, move. Taryn spoke up, you are one ignorant ass dude. You are a simple-minded guy, but damn you to hell if you put your hands on my cousin again. I will see your soul in hell. Taryn hissed. I can see why Roman steps out on ya ass, and using your money to support his new baby mama, so step back before yo ass laid up by the ICU. I knew I had to go with him, and as soon as Taryn, Tino, and myself were parting, my cell phone got a text. Tino yanked it as he slid his finger across the screen. A text message from Brant. See what your girl got from being a hoe? Anyway, she gonna be in hospital 2 days, so I bullshit you not, ya space gonna be given to, maybe ya niece. Erika stepped into the hall. Rachelle. You are one bitter female. Tino looked at me. We never checked me out of the hospital. We walked briskly. We never got my pain meds, but I didn't need them because Tino waited until we were in the hospital parking lot, and he hit me so hard everything went black.